I was extremely excited to receive an advanced copy of Old Soul. The premise sounded so surreal and weird that I couldn't resist, and in some ways, Old Soul really delivered. I found myself, unfortunately, a little disappointed with the final picture. The story begins with a trance encounter in the Osaka airport when Jake runs into Mariko, and they discover that they have a strange connection. Jake's best friend and Mariko's twin brother each died 6,000 miles apart in brutal, unfathomable circumstances, and each encountered a mesmerizing dark-haired woman in the days before their deaths. The story itself is fascinating. It's less of a full and complete novel and instead an anthology of the path of this very strange woman and the lives of those she's affected through her actions. There are a few characters and anthologies that connect across time and come together for the finale, which I thought was extremely exciting. However, these anthology sections are quite short, so I didn't build much of an attachment to any of the characters. They also became quite repetitive because the woman operates in a very similar way, a similar ritual with each victim. Our main character, as stated, is Jake, and although we learn about him and his path through his memories of his friend who became a victim of this woman, he is ultimately a little unimportant in the end. Jake isn't even present for the climax of the book. There's something about the novel, something a little bit deeper, that makes me want to like it more than I do. It is described as literary horror, so they are trying to say something. The most fascinating story, in my opinion, is that of the woman and the sculptor. I think there's an interesting theme between the two characters' juxtaposed positions. The woman is willing to do whatever it takes to stay alive, even at the expense of others, to experience every part of life, but the sculptor is willing to give up her dreams for a different life. It's genuinely interesting. I would have loved to have heard more from them. I liked the woman as a character, and the lore of the monster that builds around her. The victims seem to be tormented by something invisible and supernatural, and when they die, it's discovered that all their organs have been reversed. It's so intriguing. We're introduced to the woman as she's literally falling apart, rotting from the inside from all sorts of diseases and bacteria. The descriptions of her falling apart are visceral and vibrant. She's guiding a 17-year-old girl to a location, waiting for Venus to rise to perform a ritual. It's a great hook, and I really wanted to know more. The pace at which the story delivered information is really good as well. It always gave me just enough to want more. The ending was something I think I'll be thinking about for a while. The final chapters were so tense. It left me feeling really melancholic and a little defeated, but in a way it was the perfect ending for the themes that were presented. It's a good book, and I keep wavering between giving it 3 or 4 stars. I think if there were 1 or 2 stories cut and the rest were expanded upon, it would make for a fuller, more cohesive narrative. I would recommend this book if you like a surrealist horror, almost cosmic. If you can appreciate a little bit of ambiguity and unique locations, this is the book for you.